Mike, check. Justin Hunt. It's all happening. Thank you to everybody rocking with the channel. Thank you to everybody subscribe through the channel, share the video, share the link. It's priceless. Big thank you to everyone who's donated. If you'd like to donate, you can hit the Cash App that's right up there, or you can hit the link in the description. And the biggest thank you to my newest members, all the newest members: George Schaefer, Wanda Pooh, 3D Dakasane, Danielle Karasik, Finesse for Sale. 9-second applause. Thank you. All right, couple of stories today. Of course, we got to do chart report. Big chart report this week. We'll go through the Billboard Hot 100, and then we'll go through the top 20 of the Billboard 200 as we normally do. Kendrick Lamar still sitting at the top of the Billboard Hot 100 with Luther. Last week it was number one. It's been 3 weeks at number one straight, 15 weeks on the chart. 1 second applause. I still need a video for Luther. I need a video for TV Off. I feel like there's got to be some videos dropping, some visuals dropping. There's a lot of songs on this project that continue to raise their hands. And the last visual we got was Squabble Up. I guess you could look at the Super Bowl as visuals for these songs. But come on, PG Lang, you know what we waiting on. So hopefully we'll get some visuals soon. Number 2, Die With a Smile, Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Number 3, Not Like Us, still holding steady at number 3, and TV Off still holding steady at number 4. That's a hell of a Super Bowl bump. Not Like Us obviously got the bump off the Super Bowl. Same with TV Off, same with Luther. All 3 of those were performed at the Super Bowl. This project came out 15 weeks ago. And it's still dominating the top 5. 1 second applause. Number 5, a bar song, Tipsy, my man Shabuzi. 1 second applause. It's still one of my favorite stories of 2024. Breakout Virginia black country artist with the record-breaking number 1 song. I think it was number 1 for 15 weeks or something like that. Coming out of Empire, still building their reputation in the country space. 1 second applause. Really love that story. 6, APT, Rose and Bruno Mars. 7, Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. 8, Chaperone. 1 second applause to Chaperone. Theater Kids, Saving the Music Industry. Fantastic video by Anthony Aiken Jr. I reacted to it last week. Take a look at it. Give him a follow. He really breaks down how theater kid energy is at the forefront of the music industry right now. Really dominating. And you see it with a lot of these artists that spent most of 2024 in the top 10, top 15. And in 2025 so far, Chaperone is representing for that. Same thing with Kendrick Lamar. I don't think you can really talk about theater kids without talking about Gaga, but this is a new level with some new blood that's carrying just what I consider to be refreshing theatrics throughout their performances every time they step on stage. Number 9, Teddy Swims, Lose Control. 1 second applause to Teddy Swims. Number 10, Drake, Nokia, back up 1 spot. So it's at number 10 now. Now I saw a report that they're projecting Nokia to reach a new peak next week. So they're looking at it to hit number 6 or number 7 next week. Now, like yesterday, I actually retweeted that report and said it didn't happen. I got the dates mixed up on the post, but looks like Nokia is moving up, which is expected. As we talked about last week, they are investing in that song. There's a company that is paying people to do clips in reaction to it. It's a TikTok hit. It's the best song on the project. I mean, even in my coverage of the album when it dropped, I talked about how Nokia, to me, was a standout song. And so it's good to see, for people who are investing in pushing this song that it's working. So expect this song to be higher next week. That's where predictions are currently sitting. We'll have to see, obviously, where things land. But it's back in the top 10 this week. Number 11, Not Rap. Number 12, Not Rap. Number 13, Not Rap. Number 14, Squabbling Up, Kendrick Lamar. Ghetto child, it was black and mild with the smear and all. Yeah, we outside, what about to kill them all? Blaps on blaps, it's a fact, it's our breaker raw. I love that song. 1 second applause to Squabble Up. Number 15, Post Malone, Ew, Yuck, Gross. Number 16, 30 for 30, SZA and Kendrick Lamar. That song is really performing well too. It's down this week. Last week was number 15. It's at number 16 this week. But to me, again, this song came out, I think it came out over the holidays. I think it came out late December, if I'm not mistaken. And it's really another great example of the chemistry that SZA and Kendrick Lamar have together. But this song is really popular as well. And so with their tour coming up, I expect this one to hang around for a little while. 17, Not Rap. 18, Not Rap. 19, Timeless, The Weeknd and Playboi Carti. No matter what I do, I can't get the image of Playboi Carti and The Weeknd performing at the Grammys out of my head. I think it's tainted this song forever. It's not that bad of a song, to be honest. I'm not mad at the track. It's actually pretty tough. The recorded version, but that Grammy performance did nothing for my mental image of Timeless with The Weeknd and Playboi Carti. Now, there is an update on Playboi Carti's much anticipated, highly anticipated, very much delayed new album, I Am Music. Apparently, it's officially finished, and so it should be coming in the coming weeks. People are waiting on that. But nevertheless, The Weeknd and Playboi Carti at the Grammys.
Tomato.
Number 20, Messy, Lola Young. 21, Sports Car, Tate McRae. 22, Denial is a River, Doechii. Denial is a River. 1 second applause for Doechii. There was a video I did yesterday on Doechii and the incredible moment that she had with Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill brought her out on stage. They performed a song together. She rapped Lauryn Hill's verse from Doo-Wop That Thing. And it was really, really an incredible moment. So take a look at that video. We also talk about how that moment, among others, among all the success Doechii continues to have, people continue to label her an industry plant. You know what I mean? Just because you don't see the house being built doesn't mean that people weren't working, right? And she's been putting in work, putting in effort for a long time. Her team at TDE has been doing a phenomenal job and developing her as an artist. And we're just simply seeing the fruits of all of that labor. So 1 second applause to Doechii. 23, Not Rap. 24, Not Rap. But I did get a homework assignment I need to check up on. One of you mentioned that I need to check out Hozier's Too Sweet. So I'll give Hozier a listen. Apparently, Hozier is a phenomenal artist with a worldview that I would appreciate. So thank you for whoever gave me that recommendation. I can't remember your name again, but I'll check out Hozier Too Sweet. 25, Not Rap. But these, even though they're not rap, here's Tate McRae at 21. Here's Tate McRae at 25 again. So sliding a little bit from the previous week. 26, All the Stars, Kendrick Lamar and SZA. 1 second applause. 27, Chaperone, Good Luck Babe. 1 second applause. Number 28, Stargazing, Miles Smith. 29, Not Rap. 30, DTMF, Bad Bunny. 1 second applause to Bad Bunny. Now, I've given it a listen, and I like what I hear. I have not listened with the YouTube captions, so I don't quite understand what's going on yet, but it sounds fresh. I'm going to keep sinking into it. You know, this is a great recommendation so far, and it's another example of people leaning into their regional sounds, regional communities for their projects. I mean, this one is a love letter to Puerto Rico, right? We talk about GNX, of course. We talked about Muddy Waters 2 on this project, of course. And so the way people are talking about this Bad Bunny album, though, looking ahead to the Grammys next year, I wouldn't be surprised if GNX and Bad Bunny end up being a tough decision for the Academy, especially in the big four categories, which I imagine both of these two projects will end up being nominated. I definitely see both of these projects nominated for Album of the Year, and their energies are very similar. So big shout out to Bad Bunny. 1 second applause. 31, Liar, Jelly Roll. 32, Not Rap. 33, Not Rap. 34, Die Trying, Party Next Door, Drake and Yebba. Last week it was 29. This week it's 34. So this is the second track from Drake's Some Sexy Songs for You on the track. Nokia is at number 10. This one's at number 34. Again, Nokia is projected to rise to 7 or 6 next week. Next week is expected to get up there. But you know, we don't see another track until 34. So I still have major questions as to the stickiness of the rest of this project. Because every week it seems the rest of the songs seem to slide further and further down the chart. And this week, truthfully, there's not that many. Yesterday also I did a story on the channel of Drake's cryptic IG message. He's talking about how he's non-confrontational, which is hilarious. Which is hilarious in retrospect, the way he's sneak dissing. I don't like the way you sneak diss. If I catch fight, it's gonna be direct. But a lot of people are taking that post and thinking about that in context of his next project. While he was also on tour, he said that, he's preparing to have a one-on-one conversation with you all, meaning the audience. And yesterday, truthfully, he said this next chapter in his life is going to be uneasy for people. So we'll see what that means. But Die Trying is number 34, Party Next Door, Drake and Yebba. 35, Not Rap. 36, Not Rap. 37, BMF, SZA. 1 second applause to SZA. 38, Give Me a Hug. Give Me a Hug, 38. Last week it was 28. It's down to 38 this week. This is another song from Some Sexy Songs for You. 39, Not Rap. 40, Not Rap. 41, Not Rap. 42, Baye Innovitable, Bad Bunny. 1 second applause to Bad Bunny again. 43, Not Rap. 44, Not Rap. 45, Not Rap. 46, Peekaboo. I just put some boogers in my chain. Peekaboo's at number 46. Last week was at 37, so it slid about 9 spots. I was talking to my chapter bro, Mike Thomas, yesterday. He was like, Peekaboo's great with the kids. It's great with the kids. I play it, and then my daughter's like, Peekaboo. She knows all the words. That's right in line with her vocabulary. Peekaboo. Makes sense. 1 second applause. 47, What You Know About Me, Glorilla and Sexy Red. All American Girl. 1 second applause. 48, Not Rap. 49, Not Rap. 50, Not Rap. 51, Residuals, Chris Brown, still hanging around. 26 weeks on the chart. It's been in the 50s consistently. They're putting a lot of energy behind this track. Let me know in the comment section if you like Residuals. Also, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you rock with what we're doing over here. But this song, Residuals, I see it it's been on the charts for so long, and it's been hanging steady for so long. You know what I mean? And so again, this is another testament to Chris Brown as an artist, the talent that he is, and the community that he's built. 52, Sticky. Things are getting sticky. Nice. 1 second applause for Tyler, the Creator. Sticky's Tyler, the Creator, featuring Glorilla, Sexy Red, and Lil Wayne. Now, 6 months ago, I covered a story about Tyler, the Creator, being critical of a rapper named Ian, whose sound basically mocks Future and Gucci Mane. Except Ian looks like 180 degrees away from Future and Gucci Mane. He is nowhere near culturally where those two are. And Tyler was very upset, or very critical rather. And yesterday, Ian dropped a freestyle on Lyrical Lemonade's, I think it's called Lunch Break Freestyle Series. And it is craptastic.
Tomato.
And so that's on the channel right now. Take a look at it. But this is his first time responding to what Tyler, the Creator, said. But yeah, Tyler, the Creator is at 52 with Sticky. I love Chromacopia. I love that project. I put it at number 2 on the best albums of 2024 on my Revolt list. So if you haven't heard Tyler, the Creator's Chromacopia, punch yourself in the face. That's a throwback. That's a throwback for y'all who've been rocking with me for a long time. I appreciate y'all. Number 53, Cry For Me, The Weeknd. 54, Bad Dreams, Teddy Swims. 55, Good News, Shabuzi. 56, Miss Whitman. 56, Miss Whitman. Bad Baby. Now, there's a video. I actually made a video about this. I made it, I edited it, and it's actually sitting in drafts. I never put it out. But this song is a diss track to Alabama Barker. Now, I've been quietly watching the beef between Bad Baby and Alabama Barker. Most of it's been covered very well on TMZ Hip Hop. But it's over Bad Baby's baby daddy at the core, Levon, LV. And Alabama Barker made a diss track at Bad Baby called Cry Baby, I think is what it's called. And Bad Baby on this song, Miss Whitman, she goes full euphoria, full euphoria on Alabama Barker. I don't want to say full euphoria. That's Way too much hyperbole for what might be the worst rap battle ever, but it's highly entertaining. Highly entertaining, right? But she goes in. She goes in. I mean, there's one part in the song. I know the lyrics of the song because it is rather catchy. What she says, she said, I know about you. It don't take much to get that hoe about you. Almost overdose on vape, nobody call about you. I was like, whoa. And in the video, she has a Travis Barker lookalike. Now, Travis Barker is married to Kourtney Kardashian, right? And so she's, by proxy, a Kardashian and in-law. And on Miss Whitman, Bad Baby is rapping over the Carnival beat. So she got Ye to clear a sample for Carnival. So in the middle of this beef between Bad Baby and Alabama Barker is Ye. So in her video, she has a lookalike of her father, and she's rapping over a beat made by Alabama Barker's uncle-in-law. It is crazy. It is a crazy, crazy, crazy beef. Now, Ye explained all this. Ye said, because then after that, truthfully after that, there was a remix that looked like it was coming out, and it sounded like Ye jumped on the track. It sounded like Ye jumped on the track. And that's when I was like, man, Ye, man, I mean, I understand, it's very clear. It's very clear. Everyone can see. You got a lot of things to say about a lot of things right now, right? But you jumping on a track aimed at your niece-in-law, your one-time niece-in-law? Couldn't believe it. Now, it looked like that track was AI, right? And so Ye came out and made a statement. And Ye said, don't put me in the middle of none of this. I didn't jump on nobody's remix. I didn't even know what this was really doing. All I knew was someone asked me for a sample. And this part's actually pretty interesting. I even talked to Reason about this in my conversation with Reason because he has a Ye sample on his project. He samples We Major on a track off his project, I Love You Again. And so, shout out to Reason. 1 second applause to Reason. And so, but Ye says, I didn't know about this beef. Don't put me in the middle of this stuff. And this is actually a good point for anybody who's an artist right now. This is a good thing to put to the test if you're an artist right now. But here's what he says. Don't put me in the middle of this beef. I don't know nothing about what's going on. Someone hit me to clear a sample, and I've just been clearing all samples because I'm having a hard time getting samples cleared right now. It's really tough for me right now, so I'm clearing samples. So that's how Bad Baby was able to get Carnival on there. And to me, the story behind all this is Ye's clearing samples. Ye is clearing samples. Apparently, I don't think Reasons got hit by using We Major. He talks about his decision around that too in the beginning of that interview. Check it out if you missed it. And but he heard about this, and so that was a part of their decision making. So if you got a Ye beat you've always wanted to hop on, now might be the time. And nevertheless, this track was so big. Miss Whitman, Bad Baby's track, Miss Whitman is so big that it's now number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100. Bad Baby, Cash Me Outside, girl. Cash Me Outside, how about that? Number 56 on the Billboard Hot 100 for dissing Travis Barker's daughter, Alabama Barker, who is Kanye West's niece-in-law. It's one of the craziest stories this year. 1 second applause. I almost put a tomato on it, but maybe that was rightfully so too. 57, Tweaker, Jello, another family story. Another family story if you really look at it, right? Like, I mean, Miss Whitman, Alabama Barker, Ye, Kourtney Kardashian, that's a family story. Tweaker, I've talked a lot about this track this year. I love this track a lot, and I really love the story behind it. There's some really cool hip-hop stories this year, and Jello Tweaker is one of my favorites. Number 57, 1 second applause to Jello Ball. Forgotten Ball Brother Makes Good. 58, Not Rap. 59, Mutt, Leon Thomas. Now, Anthony Aiken Jr. was the one who mentioned Victorious in his Theater Kids Are Taking Over the Music Industry video. And you all told me that Leon Thomas was on Victorious. I was today years old. So 1 second applause for everybody who broke that down for me. Love Leon Thomas. Love this project. This is to me is the best R&B album in the marketplace right now. For me, it is. But it's just high quality. I think it's a generational R&B project, truthfully. And his Tiny Desk performance is beautiful. So check out Leon Thomas. Check out his Tiny Desk if you haven't seen it yet. 60, Not Rap. 61, not rap. 62, Somebody Loves Me, Party Next Door, and Drake. Last week it was 61, now it's down one spot to 62. So this one's hanging around where it was last week. 63, not rap. 64, not rap. 65, not rap. 66, Nueva Y'all, Bad Bunny. 67, not rap. 68, Fat, Juicy, and Wet, Sexy Red and Bruno Mars. Sexy Red is making a name for herself. Like the team behind her, the energy behind her, they have been efficient over the past year and change. Shout out to BX, Boxed In, my favorite forum. They're the ones who put me on the Sexy Red. They put someone on BX posted her original song, her first big song, Booty Hole Brown. I can't think of the name of it right now. But they were the first ones I saw. And when they posted that track, that video had like 1,200 views. It was BX is good at that. You can discover a lot of new artists on BX if you pay attention to what's happening in there on that forum. Had like 1,200 views, and everyone was like, "Oh, she's out of here," and everybody was right. So shout out to BX. 1 second applause to BX, my favorite forum. 69, Like Him, Tyler the Creator, featuring Lola Young. 70, Heart of a Woman, Summer Walker. 71, not rap. 72, not rap. 73, not rap. Now, this is kind of rap again. Now, this is Tate McRae featuring the Kid Leroy, I Know Love at 73. But here, this is another project that doesn't seem to be too sticky either, right? I mean, Tate McRae was number one last week. And if you look at last week, this song was Dear God was 44, now it's 71. Last week, Dear God was 50, or Call Me When You Break Up was 58, now it's 72. Last week, I Know Love was 43, now it's 73. So most of her tracks are sliding significantly. I haven't listened to Tate McRae. I understand she's a pop artist, but this song does have Kid Leroy on it. So yeah, kind of rap. 74, not rap. 75, not rap. 76, not rap. These are two more Tate McRae songs. So again, they're all sliding quite a bit. Now maybe they're just not putting resources behind these songs, particularly radio, which has a big impact on the Billboard charts themselves. But they're all sliding. 77, J. Cole, Clouds. It was at 69 last week, so it's at 77 this week. My favorite J. Cole song in a very long time. Made just especially for me, as I've broken down many times. Wiz Khalifa has a remix for this song now. And DX ran an article. They ran an editorial about they're bringing the blog era feeling back. Now, I don't know if all that's happening, but I do think it's cool to see J. Cole and Wiz Khalifa collaborate on this song. It's my favorite J. Cole song in a very long time. So 1 second applause to J. Cole and Clouds. 78, not rap. 79, not rap. 80, CN Tower, Party Next Door, and Drake. It was at 60 last week. It's at number 80. I think this is the first song in the project, if I'm not mistaken. 81, Little Things, LMA. 1 second applause to LMA. 82, Backseat Driver, Kane Brown. He's country, but I got no problems with Kane Brown. I rock with Kane Brown. He's a nice guy. 1 second applause to Kane Brown. 83, not rap. 84, No Pole, Don Toliver. 1 second applause. Last week was 96. It's up to 84 this week. And I think a lot of these are Tate McRae songs that have slid off, but also some Sexy Songs for You songs that have slid off the charts. Those are the two projects that were dominating most of the Billboard Hot 100 the past couple of weeks. Generally speaking, that tends to happen when big high-profile albums hit the chart. It's not uncommon to have a whole bunch of songs from the same album that people are interested in that dominate the chart. But if you notice so far, there's only been about 6 songs from some Sexy Songs for You. There's 21 songs on that project. And Tate McRae has slid considerably, and a number of these songs have slid off. But Don Toliver's been holding steady for a while. Again, it's been on the charts for 18 weeks. It's peaked at 66. Last week was at 96. It's at 84 again this week. A lot of legs, very sticky track. People rock with it. 1 second applause to Don Toliver. No pole. 85, Tattooed, Tito Double P. 86, Voy a Liberté Pa PR, Bad Bunny. 87, The Largest, Big X the Plug. My man, 1 second applause to Big X the Plug. I almost said 1 second to plug. 88, not rap. 89, Something About You, Party Next Door, and Drake. It was 72 last week. This week's 89. 90, not rap. 91, Not Rap. 92, EOO, Bad Bunny, Hold Steady. 93, Push to Start, Tyla. I saw someone saying that they're trying to make Tyla the next Rihanna. And I didn't really I guess I understand what they're trying to say. I'm not sure if I quite see it, and I think there might be some competition for who they're building up to be the next Rihanna. Because Amanda Reefer, she's from the Barbados. She has a Rihanna cosign. She has a project out now. I think it's called The Reefer Files, if I'm not mistaken. She has a song now called You Are Dumb that's produced by Pharrell. And her next project is co-written by Kendrick Lamar. Now, Amanda Reefer was on Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I think she's on Die Hard, if I'm not mistaken. And so clearly, I think they're positioning her into, I think there's a lot of natural alliances, overlaps that might push her into that next Rihanna conversation. But this is what people are saying about Tyla, Push to Start. And so this song re-entered on the chart at number 93. Its peak position was 88. It's been 5 weeks on the chart, so now it's back on. So 1 second applause to Tyla. 94, Not Rap. 95, Are You Real? Teddy Swims and Giveon. 96, Born Again, Lisa featuring Doja Cat and Ray. 97, 20s, Giveon. 98, Deeper, Party Next Door. This is one of his solo tracks off of Some Sexy Songs for You. 99, Not Rap, and 100, Not Rap. And so there's a lot of re-entries that came in here. And again, I think these re-entries are because of the songs that slid off from Drake's album and from Tate McRae's album, since those were the last two big albums that hit the charts. But, again, there's not Some Sexy Songs for You had about 21 songs. I think there's 7 songs from it that are still hanging around. But we do expect Nokia to move up higher in the top 10 next week. They're looking at it. They're projecting it to be 6 or 7 next week. And we talked about this on the charts last week. This is a song that they're heavily pushing. There's a lot of, they're basically paying people to make clips about it. 70 cents per, what did they say, 70 cents per 1,000 views? I think it was. But you can make up to $1,000 as part of, what this platform is doing for the song. And so with that understanding, it makes sense that Nokia is moving up the charts because they're pushing it heavily. And again, like I said before, it's, to me, the best song on the album. It's actually the best song on the album. So this is the Billboard Hot 100 this week. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think about it. We're going to take a look at the Billboard 200. Next, let's see what the Billboard charts look like on the album side of things. Billboard 200, back on top, back to number 1, GNX by Kendrick Lamar. 1 second applause. Now, this was actually a pretty tight race. It was a pretty tight race for who's going to get the number 1 spot this week. Ultimately, it went to the better album, in my opinion. GNX, incredible sticking power, incredible staying power. 15 weeks on the chart. Is back at number 1 again. Last week was number 3. Only 12 songs on the project. And it's such an easy listen. It's such an easy listen. I saw someone post this the other day. They were saying, I really just wanted to hear Luther, and now all of a sudden I'm on Reincarnated. It's like so easy to just flow into the next songs. But this is a tremendous success here. And as you can see, Drake comes in at number 2 with Some Sexy Songs for You. It's been out 3 weeks. Peak position was number 1. Last week it was number 2, and it's number 2 again this week. So Drake premiered at number 1. Tate McRae was number 2. She's at number 3 now, as you can see. She was number 1 last week. Drake was number 2 last week. And then Kendrick was number 3 last week. And now Kendrick's number 1 this week. Drake's still at number 2 this week. And now Tate McRae is number 3 this week. So some slight shuffling here in the top 3. But GNX is back on top. 1 second applause. Number 4, SOS SZA. 1 second applause. 5, Short and Sweet, Sabrina Carpenter. Now, she was a big focus on Anthony Aiken Jr.'s Theater Kids video as well. Take a look at it again. It's on the channel right now. Number 6, Debbie Tiara Mas Fotos, Bad Bunny. 1 second applause. 7, new entry, Alter Ego by Lisa. I got to check that out. I haven't heard it. If you guys have heard it, let me know what you think about it. Is it worth talking about? 8, Chaperone, My Girl Chaperone, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess. 1 second applause. 9, One Thing at a Time, Morgan Wallen. 10, Hurry Up, Tomorrow, The Weeknd. 11, Hit Me Hard and Soft, Billie Eilish. 12, Dangerous, the double album, Morgan Wallen. 13, The Secret of Us, Gracie Abrams. 14, The Tortured Poets Department, Taylor Swift. 15, Stick Season, Noah Kahan. 16, Post Malone, Il Yuck Gross. 17, Brat, Charlie XCX. 18, Chromacopia. Last week was 14. It dropped to number 18 this week. It's still in the top 20. Still one of the best rap albums that came out last year. And I think it was, actually, I think I made that comment about Bad Bunny and GNX. I think Chromacopia came out after the submission period for the Grammys last year. So that's a crazy three-headed monster already for the Grammys next year. You know, the rap side, that's a crazy head-to-head, Tyler and GNX and Kendrick. But I think all three of them have Album of the Year potential, you know, and Chromacopia is just another incredible body of work from one of the most talented, iconic artists of our time. So 1 second applause to Tyler, the creator. 19, Big X Plug, Take Care. 1 second applause to Big X Plug. And 20, Mi Vida, Mi Muerte, Nelon Vega. Word up. So that's this week's chart report. Are you surprised by any of the movements that have happened on the charts this week? Again, I'm doing these every week. Take a look at the charts. I got away from it for a few weeks there. And so we're back at it. And let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about where your favorite artists landed on the charts this week. My name is Justin Hunt. Like, subscribe to the channel, follow the Company Man on everything. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom happening. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dabbing them. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.